Most cheap phone plans look fine on paper until you actually use them. Then it's drop calls, slow data, and random fees that make you wonder why you bothered switching in the first place. I figured Twigby would be the same, but it turned out better than I expected. I've been testing different carriers these past few months to see which ones actually hold up without costing a fortune. That's how I came across Twigby. It's a smaller provider that runs on Verizon's network. I lined it up against some of the biggest carriers I've used before, and it honestly held its own. So in this review, I'll share what it's like using Twigby day to day, how the plans compare, what the coverage feels like, and who I think this makes sense for. If you're looking for a way to save money without giving up reliability, this one might be worth a look. So it's worth taking a second to explain how a service like this even works. Basically, Twigby is what's called an MVNO. It's a smaller carrier that doesn't own towers, but rents space from a bigger one. In this case, that's Verizon. So you're getting the nationwide 4G and 5G coverage you'd expect from a major carrier, just without paying Verizon's prices. It's designed to keep things simple. Pick how much data you want and pay month to month without any hidden fees. They've also got a couple of extras I'll touch on later, but the big idea here is straightforward. You're getting Verizon level coverage for a budget price. And in my experience, they actually deliver on that. The key angle here is they strip away that unlimited everything stuff that most of us don't even use. Every plan already comes with unlimited talk and text in the US, and the only thing you've got to decide is how much high-speed data. There's also little things I didn't expect, like Wi-Fi calling to cover dead spots at home, unlimited international calling and texting to over 80 countries. For me, that was a big one. I've got family overseas that I'm morally obligated to call regularly, and I'd rather just, use my normal phone than mess around with extra apps. Plus, you don't have to wait for a SIM card to come in the mail or take time out of your day to go to a store. I just used an eSIM and was up and running in a couple of minutes. Use your own phone. There's nothing locked down here. It's not flashy, it just works, which is exactly what I want from a cell carrier. By the way, if you are thinking that Twigby might be up your alley, we've got a link down in the description. Most of the products we talk about, we can get you some special deals there that you just won't be able to access if you go straight to their website. Even though Twigby is cheaper, it still felt solid when I used it. Around town, I was pulling 5G speeds anywhere from like 70 to 120 down, even 15 to 25 up. Even on 4G LTE, it usually sat in the 30 to 50 range, which is more than enough for streaming calls, even the occasional YouTube binge. Calls were clear, text went through without a hitch, even a visual voicemail worked fine. Honestly, without looking at my bill, I probably would not have noticed that this is a budget carrier. Plans could start at just $15 a month for 2 gigs of data, and for your first 3 months, that's down to $5. The 10 gigabyte plan runs $25 normally, or $15 for the first 3 months. The unlimited plan is $35 with an intro rate of $25. That unlimited plan gives you 20 gigabytes of high-speed data before it slows, and hotspot works up until that cap. That last bit's a big deal because a lot of budget carriers tend to just block hotspot use altogether. And if you've got multiple lines, you can manage them from a single dashboard. So whether it's for family, your parents, even a small business, they've even got a talk and text only plan if you don't care about data. And since it's month to month, you're never stuck. You can tweak your plan whenever or just cancel if it's not working out. Now, of course, it's not perfect. If you're the kind of person that blows through your data, streaming HD video all day, gaming nonstop, running your hotspot, you're gonna hit that 20 gigabyte cap pretty quick. And after that, speeds are gonna drop to about 1 or 2 megabits and hotspot totally shuts off. One thing that did stand out though was their support. I hopped on the online chat expecting the usual copy paste answers, but I actually got a straight, clear response from someone who knew the service inside and out. That is so rare for a budget carrier. But if you're going to go for a budget option, here's the big question. Twigby or Mint Mobile? Well, it really depends on the kind of style you prefer. Mint leans on T-Mobile's network and has some really great rates. Problem is you got to prepay for 3, 6, even 12 months at a time. Twigby runs on Verizon's network and really isn't into contracts. You get a 3-month intro discount, then it just rolls over, regular month to month. No big upfront bill hanging over you. When it comes to data, Mint gives you a little more wiggle room. Their unlimited plan slows down after 35 gigabytes, while Twigby's hits the brake at 20. But here's the trade-off. Mint automatically downgrades video streaming to 480p, while Twigby lets you stream in higher quality. So if you care about watching in HD, that is something to keep in mind. Perks-wise, Twigby pulls ahead. Unlimited talk to 80 plus countries, hotspot use right up until your data cap, visual voicemail, US-based customer service. Mint's still solid. They've got international options and hotspot too, but they don't spell out the finer details as clearly. So if you want the lowest possible price and don't mind paying for a year up front, Mint might be your move, but if you'd rather keep that flexibility and get Verizon coverage without the big bill, Twigby just makes a strong case. If I were looking at a carrier again, I really would just stick with Twigby. I used it every day, navigating with maps, streaming video on breaks, taking calls, and it held up way better than I thought it would. The coverage was steady, the price is so much better than I was used to, and I never felt nickel and dimed like I have with other carriers. It's not fancy, but that's kind of what I like about it, and it just works, and really, that's all you need out of a phone plan. I hope this helped you figure out if Twigby makes sense for you. If it did, hit the like button and subscribe if you want more reviews like this. If you're interested in trying Twigby, don't forget to check out the link in the description. Like I said, for most of the products we talk about, we have special deals that you wouldn't be able to access if you went straight to their website. If you got thoughts or questions here, drop them in the comments. I love hearing from y'all, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.